Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So this is our next lecture, which is the week 2 for industry and PTV. Jadi last week kita dah ada introduction to the revolution of industry dan ada aktiviti-aktiviti yang you guys dah buat juga sebelum ni. So aktiviti tu adalah just untuk bagi a brief idea what do you understand regarding the revolution. Okay, jadi untuk topik pada hari ni kita nak masuk sedikit teori lah tentang pengurusan di industri, management theories in industry, sebelum kita pergi the application dan kita pergi lebih kepada the organisation itself. So this is a topic for management theories in industry for week 2. Okay. So topic outline there is just that today you're going to learn about the management theories, okay, and the explanation on 5 different management theories over the years, and the comparison of urban management, which is urban management lebih kepada pengurusan pada masa sekarang lah, which is from the year 1990s to currently 2020s lah, okay. And this will include an activity for you guys, which is activity 1, to explain the difference between the learning organisation management theory and also the technology driven workplace management theory. So nanti saya akan terangkan. Okay, so these are the management perspective timeline over the years. So it started with the classical perspective. So di sini in the red box, we started with the classical perspective. And then we have the humanistic perspective in 1930. And then we have the management science perspective in 1940. And the system theory in 1950. And last is the total quality management starting from the year 1980. Okay, let's take a look at the scientific management first. Okay, what is the classical perspective in management dalam pengurusan? Which is they are more rational and using a scientific approach to management, which is they make organisation efficient operating machine. So pada waktu ini adalah revolusi industri 1.0, di mana mereka ini banyak bekerja dalam bidang industri. Macam umpamanya bila ada organisasi pun dia buat organisasi tu macam machine, and they need to work in a certain order and in a certain manner. Okay, bawah classical perspektif ni ada scientific management, ada bureaucratic organisation and ada administrative principles. So nanti kita akan tengok each one of them. Okay, first kali is the scientific management, which is they develop a standard method for performing each job. Ini macam saya cakap tadi. So dia pengurusan pada waktu itu lebih kepada macam nak train manusia menjadi sebuah mesin. And selected workers with appropriate abilities for each job. Kalau dia pandai mengait, kerja dia mengait saja. And dia kena mengait tu dengan sistem yang teratur, dengan menghasilkan produk yang tertentu pada serta-serta masa pada tiap-tiap satu production lah. Okay. So organisation at that time, okay, the management at that time, they train workers in a standard manner and in a standard method. Okay. And it supported workers by planning work and eliminating interruption, and they provided wages incentive to the workers. Dan inilah secara keseluruhannya dia tidak ada humanistic value kepada dia punya pekerja. So what they focus on is the product that they're going to produce and how they produce it. Okay. Dan paling famous in the scientific management is a Taylor's principle. So this is kita punya this is the Encik Taylor dia lah yang memperkenalkan, where the rules of thumb for the scientific management is that the first step, jobs should be designed according to scientific rules rather than the rule of thumb method. So regardless of whatever situation it is, setiap satu pekerjaan itu mesti ada dia punya keadaan yang teratur. And employers should gather, classify and tabulate data in order to determine the one best way of performing a task or series of tasks. So kalau macam tadi kerja dia mengait dekat kilang tekstil, kerja dia mengait, dia mesti cari cara macam mana untuk mengait dengan paling efisien dengan mendapatkan produk yang paling banyak dalam masa yang singkat. Okay. Sekali lagi, employees are selected and trained according to scientific method, dan mereka akan sentiasa train employees to improve their performance, and they believe that management and workers should be interdependent so that they can cooperate with one another. So, walau dalam masa yang sama pun, maknanya dia memang interfere lah dengan dia punya pekerja. Bermakna dia memang sentiasa train, dia memang sentiasa tengok bagaimana pekerja ini bekerja, tetapi dia punya sole the aim objective is to increase the production. Okay, what are the contribution of this scientific management? First, it demonstrated the importance of compensation for performance. So, dia memang memikirkan tentang, daripada dulu lagi maknanya, dia dah set mind kepada siapa yang bekerja dalam bidang industri, supaya you have to perform in order to get the compensation. Initiated the care study of tasks and jobs. Okay, dia menetapkan sesuatu rules ataupun sesuatu, dia dah designkan sesuatu pekerjaan itu, bagaimanakah pekerjaan itu dapat dilakukan dengan cara yang paling baik. Demonstrated the importance of personnel and training. Jadi dalam masa, oleh sebab dia punya aim objective is to increase production, so dia sentiasa train dia punya pekerja, so that pekerja dia akan jadi sangat mahir. Dalam masa yang sama, contribution scientific management daripada zaman dulu kepada zaman sekarang is that the importance of training and the importance of upgrading you punya personnel. Okay. Tapi ada juga criticism dia in scientific management ni, which is yang first, they did not appreciate social context of work and higher needs of workers. So regardless lah dia punya social standard ke, apa masalah peribadi dia ke, apa masalah emotional dia ke, dulu mereka tidak menekankan tentang perkara itu. Okay, and they did not acknowledge variance among individual. So kalau macam yang pekerja mengait tadi, ada pekerja A, B, C dan D, yang seorang ni dia ada slow sikit, so mereka tidak ambil kisah. Apa yang mereka tahu, D kena perform sama efficient macam C kena perform sama efficient macam B, dan B kena perform sama efficient macam A. So regardless of whatever you punya problem, perbezaan antara individu tu tidak diambil kisah. Yang penting dia punya production sahaja. And lastly is they tended to regard works as uninformed and ignored their ideas. Okay, so tiada development lah among the workers because they already have the training package. So personnel tu pekerja hanya datang, go along the way according to the training provided and then perform as needed. Okay, next is the bureaucracy organization. So organisasi yang ada birokrasi, sama juga di bawah kita masih lagi di bawah ni, di bawah classical perspective, which is the bureaucracy organization. Okay, bureaucracy organization, they look at organization as a whole, where European employees were loyal to a single individual rather than to organization, and administrative acts and decision recorded in writing. So dia lebih kepada obey the boss, okay, obey the boss rather than obeying the organization lah. Okay. Resources used to realize individual desires rather than organization goals. Sebab dia patuh kepada manusia daripada patuh pada sesuatu individu, maka regardless of the organization goal, so dia fokus kepada individual desire instead. And personnel are selected and promoted based on technical qualification. Of course lah, dari dulu sampai sekarang pun sama juga. Okay, cuma sekarang banyak jugalah kes-kes yang di mana they are promoted based on social punya qualification, ada yang based on cables and so on. Itu nanti kita akan discuss. Division of labor with clear definitions of authority and responsibility. So they are very clear lah, who are the boss and who are the personnel. Position organized in hierarchy authority, sama juga. Kita pun masih ada lagi organisasi pada zaman sekarang yang masih gunakan birokrasi punya organisation. And managers subject to rules and procedure that will ensure reliable, predictable behavior. And management separate from the ownership of the organization. Okay. Baik, Henry Fayol, Okay, these are the tokoh untuk the last one in our kita punya the first classical perspective, which is the administrative principle. So kalau tadi dalam satu organisasi dia ada birokrasi, dia ada hierarchy, dia ada tahu siapa dia punya boss, they obey the boss instead of the organisation itself. So dia dah nampaklah organisasi dia tu lebih tersusun sebab ada birokrasi kan. So dalam another classical perspective in management is the administrative principle, where introduced by Henry Fayoli, okay, and he focused on organization rather than the individual. Okay, ini terbalik dengan yang tadi. Yang tadi dia fokus kepada individual kalau yang birokrasi. So kalau yang administrative, of course, dia terbalik, dia akan fokus on organization. They highlight the management functions of planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating, and controlling. This is what I think the main principle lah yang kita gunakan even zaman sekarang. Which is sebenarnya yang perlu difokuskan adalah the organisation, not on the individual. Sama ada bukan individual pada boss, juga bukan individual pada pekerja. So the management kena cover dulu, kena hebat dulu, baru pekerja dan juga bos ni pun akan jadi hebat juga. Okay, next is the humanistic perspective. Okay, the humanistic perspective, they emphasize understanding human behavior. Baru masuklah. Okay, dia ada rasa macam kemanusiaan sikit. Kalau dulu dia macam robot. Okay, bila dah masuk revolusi industri yang kedua berkembang ini, okay, kita masuk kepada human behavior, needs, attitudes in the workplace. So adalah wujudnya human relation movement, human resources perspective, and behavioral sciences approach. Okay, what is human relation movement? They emphasize on satisfaction of employee basic needs as the key to increase worker productivity. Okay, the result yang paling close sekali lah dengan human relation movement is the Houghton effect. Kalau tengok kat sini, this is the Houghton effect. Saya ada putihkan kat sini. What is a Houghton effect? Houghton effect ni dia ada jalankan satu eksperimen dekat satu pelan lah, atau kita panggil satu kilang So what the management did is dia rendahkan lighting in the factory, expecting the productivity to fail. Lighting tu maknanya pencahayaan. Jadi macam kita lah, bila kita berada dalam kondusif yang tidak selesa, kita rasa macam productivity tu tidak berjalan dengan baik lah, kita tak dapat perform dengan baik. But however, dia management expect productivity to fall, tetapi instead productivity increase. So through the experiment, walaupun pencahayaan tu kurang, productivity tetap increase. So the research concluded that the productivity rose because workers work harder when they receive attention. Okay. Sebelum itu, management pada ketika itu telah menjalankan hubungan yang baik dengan dia punya pekerja. Dan the experiment was conducted just to make sure that to test this Houghton effect lah. But the rest of it is just that to make sure adakah productivity increase ataupun tidak. But since they have a very good relation between the management and the workers, walaupun lighting ataupun pencahayaan yang diberikan itu kurang, tapi productivity tetap berterusan macam biasa. So that is what we call Houghton effect, which is the company has fulfilled the basic needs of the employee, barulah yang lain-lain. Okay, so interpretation ni secara generalnya, money did not cost to an increase input. Okay, money did not cost to an increase input, but money did not cost to an increase input lah. Maksudnya bukan duit yang akan menjamin bahawa mereka ini akan bekerja dengan baik. It's not about salary only lah. Okay, right. Okay. Kemudian kita tengok kepada human resource perspective. Kalau macam tadi human relation, perhubungan antara manusia. Yang ini adalah sumber manusia. Sumber manusia lebih kepada daripada pandangan management itu sendirilah. Suggest should be designed to meet higher level needs by allowing workers to use their full potential. Okay, daripada segi management punya pandangan. And people satisfy their need for food, okay, before they seek self-fulfillment. Ini macam secara logik je kita boleh fikir. kita nak bekerja dalam keadaan lapar pun kita rasa tak selesa. So kita kena fulfillkan kita punya self-fulfillment, kita punya basic needs dulu, baru kita boleh perform untuk kita dapatkan the higher needs. Okay. And Maslow ni sebenarnya macam tadi Horton effect kan. So ini namanya hierarchy of Maslow lah. Maslow hierarchy of needs kita panggil. Maslow ni seorang psikologis. Dia develop the theory of motivation, how a human is motivated. Maslow believe that individuals fulfill lower level needs before seeking to the fulfill higher level needs. Okay, so kita tengok dia punya Maslow theory in management. First, they start with physiological, kemudian ada safety, love or belonging, esteem and self-actualization. So bila kita convert kepada management, yang pertama sekali is the basic needs. Basic ni kena fulfill. Salary okay, wages okay, working environment dia okay. Working environment termasuklah kemudahan, penghawa dingin, lampu dan juga ada tak masalah-masalah kebisingan ini kita kena cover dulu. Management kena cover dulu. Next is the safety and security needs. Ada insurans, ada retirement benefit, okay. Kemudian persekitaran dia selamat. Tak adalah setiap kali dia pergi kerja dia rasa macam tak selamat, merisikokan diri dia. Okay. Bila kedua-dua ni dah fulfill, baru dia upgrade. Okay. Which is dekat tempat kerja ada social needs where they can interact with the colleagues. Dia ada company ada buat macam pergi lunch makan ramai-ramai ataupun dia pergi company retreats. So dia rasa seronok lah. Dekat bawah gaji okey, keselamatan terjaga, kita pun ada kawan-kawan yang seronok. After that, dia akan proceed kepada status need, di mana mereka perlukan recognition that are visible to others. Bila ketiga-tiga ni dah ada, dia akan perform dengan sangat baik. So after bila dia perform, dia nak akan ada status needs tu, dia nak akan ada recognition, ada tawaran kerja, tawaran kenaikan pangkat contohnya. Okay. And last kali is the self-fulfillment need. Bila dia dah naikkan pangkat, barulah dia rasa macam perlunya ada decision making. So bila dia jadi manager, dia kena involve lah. And the management has to give this kind of opportunity to the workers so that they can involve in the decision making. Okay, last kali is the behavioral science approach, right? Where they understand employee behavior and interaction in organizational setting. So kat sini ada dua teori lah, which is theory X and theory Y. Where theory X assume that people are basically lazy and will avoid working if they can. Dan bila sesuatu manager ni, seorang manager impose the theory X, dia akan intend to menjalankan strict rules and make sure that all important decisions are made only by them. Ini kita panggil kuku besi. Sebab dia tahu pekerja dia tu memang malas nak bekerja. Okay. Theory X workers, they dislike work, they will avoid it. And must be coerced, must be controlled, kena ada arahan, kena ada kita kena kawal mereka. Kadang-kadang sometimes kita kena ugut mereka. Kalau awak tak buat, saya turunkan gaji. Contohnya macam tu, right? And these workers prefer direction, they avoid responsibility, little ambition, and they want the security. Jadi setengah pekerja dia akan tengoklah. Dia akan tengok behavior pekerja dia. Bagaimana mereka ini bekerja. Ada pula teori Y that assume people find satisfaction in their work. Ini mereka yang rajin lah. And manager believe that these people are creative and will come up with good ideas if encouraged to do so. So they tend to give their employees much more freedom and let them make mistakes. So mereka ini kita dibagi responsibility dan mereka ada more self-direction and self-control compared to the theory X. Okay. Dalam yang seterusnya, pada tahun 1950, semakin maju, kita pergi kepada sistem teori, which is treats an organization as a system. And the system theory in business or the system approach to management is based on the idea that everything is interrelated and interdependent. Dia lebih kepada product focusing juga dan juga service focusing. Dalam masa yang sama, dia tidak melupakan tentang the humanistic punya approach lah. Okay. Ada dua perkara penting dalam sistem theory approach, which is the CPM and the PERT. CPM is the critical path method, and PERT is the program evaluation and review technique. Okay. sistem theory ni dia dah jadi macam lebih calculated lah, which is setiap production ataupun setiap movement dalam satu management itu mereka ada calculation dia. Siapa pernah belajar ni dalam operation management sebelum ini banyak digunakan di kilang-kilang dan di industri. Dia termasuklah, kalau contoh saya bagi contoh dekat PERT ni, kita tahu dalam satu kilang dia ada beberapa section. Macam contoh kita kata buat botol, it started with the badan botol tu dekat satu conveyor, and then botol ni akan jalan pergi the next conveyor untuk buat dia punya penutup contohnya. After that they go to the third conveyor, which is to tampal dia punya label. Okay. PERT ni dia boleh buat analisis how many production atau how many bottles can go on in within 1 minute, for example. And then after that, perjalanan dia perlukan berapa banyak masa. How many bottles that can be produced out after the third conveyor. So dia punya lebih kepada calculation lah. CPM and PERT are still many and widely used dekat organisation, dekat mana-mana pun, especially dekat operation management, just to make sure that they have a standard calculation. Barulah dia tahu production ni sebulan berapa. Okay. And last kali is the total quality management. So total quality management memang banyak digunakan lah, which is as a management system for a customer focused organisation. So, sekarang ni kita lebih kepada arah tu. Maknanya kita ambil feedback daripada customer dan kita improvise. So these are the elements of a TQM. Started with a customer focus. The customer ultimately determines the level of quality. Total employees involvement, maknanya semua peringkat pekerja itu involved dengan pengurusan kualiti ini. Maknanya daripada peringkat bawah sehingga naik ke atas. Last kali, the communication. Effective communication plays a large in maintaining moral and motivating employees at all levels. Continual improvement, so bila dah ada communication between the customers and the employees, so dia kena improve lah the quality of their services and their products. And total quality TQM, total quality management ni, is a strategic and system approach which focus on the organisation vision, mission and goals. Alright, okay. So this is our activity 1 at the end of our lecture. Okay. Bila dah habis pada tahun total quality management tu around 1980s, okay, kita dah masuk ke tahun 1990. It started with the learning organisation, and kemudian kita go further to the 2000s punya tahun, which is the new century lah, which is the technology driven workplace. So ini masuk industry 4.0 lah. Okay. So what I want you to do is provide 3 comparison of these both management theories and give your answer in the eLearning platform. I already provide the activity 1 for week 2 forum at eLearning, and so you can submit your answer there. Okay, so cari, search sikit what are the learning organisation and apa pula the technology driven workplace and what are the differences. So you give a comparison, dalam 3 comparison pun dah memadai lah. Very short activity only. Okay. So ini adalah kata-kata daripada Maslow, what a man can be and he must be, which this need is we call self-actualization. So kita kena bagi pekerja kita kena bagi pelajar kita kena bagi orang sekeliling kita peluang untuk mereka menjadi diri mereka sendiri, the true potential of their own self. And a musician must make music, an artist must paint, a poet must write, and if he is to be ultimately at peace with himself. Jadi kalau you rasa diri you sendiri in the future to be working in industry, kalau jiwa ada industry, go. Kalau jiwa berada dalam pendidikan, go. So wherever your passion is, you kena further dan you kena proceed lah. You kena kejar you punya passion. And lastly, if you deliberately plan on being less than you are capable of being, then I warn you that you will be unhappy for the rest of your life. So ada setengah mereka yang berada dalam bidang pekerjaan macam saya sekarang ini. So ada setengah yang kata it's better to be working with a great environment and great colleagues, but with a horrible boss, or they rather have a very great boss than having less working environment lah. Ada yang sanggup tempuh jam untuk a good working environment. Ada yang tak sanggup tempoh jam, tak apalah. Sekolah dekat, walaupun tempat kerja dekat, asalkan asalkan dia senang nak balik rumah, nak tengok anak dia contohnya. So as long as you're planning for yourself, then you should find what is the best way for you. As long as yang penting you can happy lah. Okay, so that's all for our presentation for today. So please again conduct the activity, do the activity and submit them in eLearning. Okay, so thank you for listening and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.